So first, in India, we discussed that Aryan settlements were carried out in this territory. Here, particularly Sapta Sindhu or 7 rivers, they were there. Then they settled out in northern part of India, forming their Janapada. Now the word, in this predominantly in ancient Indian descriptions, I am using Sanskrit word because they are there in books. So I am giving you Sanskrit word and followed by English meaning of that. Jana means people, Pada means their kingdom. Here we have to consider as kingdom. So Janapada, that is kingdom of people. Like that, several Janapadas were settled out. Initially, this nomadic mode of life was converted into civilized mode of life. Initially, they were considering a group is important. Then onwards, the cattle belong to the entire group. Later on, this civilized world, they modified into Janapada. Then certain kingdoms were united together to form great kingdom. We are calling that as Maha. Maha means great. Mahajanapada. Don't word break as Mahajanpad. No, Mahajanapada. That is the great kingdoms. And like that, somewhere 16 kingdoms we got in ancient India. 16 Mahajanapada were there. You have to find out that list. For that purpose, I am recommending you here a book on history. I may say that this is really a great book by great author, that is R.C. Muzumdar's book. We are getting various books, ancient history, medieval history, etc. And now we have combining book also. So purchase out that book from whatever the convenient mode. But this book is really important if you are studying out history, especially Indian history part. So here the Mahajanapada were settled out. 16 Mahajanapada were there. Some of them are Kuru, then Kosala, then Magadha. In case of Nepal, Shakya. In case of Kashmir, it is Madra. In case of Punjab, it is Bhadra. So like that, 16 different kingdoms or Mahajanapada were settled out in India. Later on, these all Mahajanapada were competing with each other, and ultimately the Magad, that was Mahajanapada, that was able to prove its supremacy. People are saying, particularly Western historians are saying, this is because the Magad that was there in here part, Bihar and Bengal part, particularly Bihar territory, Chota Nagpur Plateau, and you are aware that Chota Nagpur Plateau is rich of minerals. Iron mines were there, and from that they extracted iron that was useful for their trade. Weapon making was important in those days, and this way Magad becomes superior. So our ancient Indian history is having important pole, that is as Magad Empire. Initially the capital of Magad Empire was at Rajagraha. Later on it shifted to Pataliputra, that is modern Patna. So this is all in entire India, ancient India in those days, that Pataliputra become prominent as capital of Magad Empire. But from northwest part of India, the Mahajanapada were not so stable. Instead of that, smaller kingdoms arrived. Now, in case of these smaller kingdoms, various kingdoms, say for example Malav, Shudrak, Yaudheya, then Puru, like that various smaller kingdoms were there in northwest part of India. Whereas the great university was situated in northwest part of India, that is called as Takshashila University. In English we are calling as Taxila, but actually word is Takshashila University near Peshawar in Pakistan. Just imagine I am saying the word, that the world famous university, Takshashila University, and that is there in Pakistan today. And the place near Peshawar. You are aware that all this thing, that kingdom was called as Gandhar in those days. And this Gandhar was important kingdom in this part of India, that was considered as part of India only, border part of India. But actually border, no. For example, here the mountain is there, this is called as Hindu Kush mountain. In those days name was not Hindu Kush, the name was Pariyatra mountain. So if a person is crossing out this Pariyatra mountain, then also Indian origin was found. Now this way Takshashila University was famous university in Gandhar. But the problem was that this part of India was divided, but this part of world was uniting together. Some people are saying that Pars was part of India only. Say, we are considering our mouth towards east direction. This is the west direction, so this is backside. And the word used, that was Parshva, that corrupted as Pars. Even if you are aware that Jain religion, they are having Tirthankar or prophets. The first Tirthankar they are calling as Adinath. The first one, that is Adinath. The 23rd Tirthankar, that is actually second last, but the philosophically it is last. So that was called as Parshvanath. The 24th Tirthankar is Bhagwan Mahavir. But 23rd, that was Parshvanath. We are calling that Parshvanath, but many times people are calling him as Parasnath. So same word I can use here, that Parshva instead of that Paras or Pars. This way that word was corrupted. Maybe possible because of India they got name, or that was part of India only. Because Zoroaster or that Zarathustra, he is calling himself as incarnation of Lord Vishnu. Okay, what prayer these people are going for that purpose, we are calling that as Agyari. Agni means fire. They are also calling this as fire temple. And many Hindu customs are similarly found in Zoroastrian customs. Now here, maybe possible this is the fusion of different cultures, but ultimately this Pars under leadership of Hakhamani kings, we are aware that this Hakhamani dynasty is there. Under leadership of Hakhamani dynasty, they spread out all over the world in their known days. And in those days, whatever the known world, they spread out. Now again, keep in mind what dynasty I called his here. I called his dynasty here as Hakhamani. In Devanagari, I have written Hakhamani this way. In Roman, I may write this way. In Greek language, we are calling this as Achaemenid Empire. I was initially having doubt that Achaemenid means something, Achaemony or Achaemenia is name of territory. No, this is corrupted pronunciation of Hakhamani. So Greeks were calling this Hakhamani as Achaemenid dynasty. So that Achaemenid dynasty was ruling on Pars, what we are calling Hakhamani, or their name is Hakhamani. And you are aware that word Sanskrit and Persian, they are having pronunciation of word sir to her. If I am changing this word, instead of her, I am writing S, the pronunciation of sir. I am getting word as Sakhamani, that is friend of mind. And to the surprise, meaning of this Hakhamani dynasty is same, the friend of mind. So this way, this dynasty was ruling over here, and then the emperor entered in India, not by this way. They entered in India by river Indus, and they spread out their empire in India. To west, they were occupying this part, they occupied Asia Minor. So here I am showing you Now in this blue color, what is the extent of Persian Empire? Israel was part of their empire, so this way the empire was set, and in India around river Indus. We don't know exact boundaries, but somewhere around Indus river, this part was there under empire, Persian Empire. Then they also occupied certain territories here, and that's why it is spread out in all this continent. Intercontinental, the empire that was Achaemenid Empire. After achievement in India, they carried out Indian soldiers along with them to fight the battle with Greece, and this way Cyrus invaded Greece. Continuous war was there between Indian soldiers, not India, the Persia and Greek, but Indian soldiers were taken for this war as we were part of their empire. Because of this Persian invasion on this territory was influenced by certain writing style. We are calling that as Kharoshtri script. Just come out of topic. Britishers ruled over India for around 150 years. After this 150 years, I am wearing the clothes that is similar to Britishers. I am making my lifestyle that is similar to British Empire or British rule, British people. I am using language English. I am writing in English. This way, there is tremendous influence of British Empire over India, and we are right now observing that. Now imagine Persians ruled out over this territory. Then obviously some influence of Persian culture may be there on this part. So this part that is present day Pakistan, but in those days we are calling Indus Valley civilization. Indus Valley, at that time they developed a script that is called as Kharoshtri script. Say this is Roman script, this is Devanagari script. I am not saying this is English language. What I am saying, Kharoshtri script. So we are writing from here to here. So same way, Kharoshtri script is written from right to left. Something like Urdu, they are writing from right to left. That was developed during those days in territory of river Indus. So this is influence of Persian rule in those days over India, important influence. Now Persian continued to rule over here for several years. At the same time, they continued to sacking out this Graecia also. Now the Pars were having their capital at here, that is called as Persepolis. It is world's best city, considered as world's best city in those days. Huge palace and what not. A fantastic, marvelous city was there, that is called as Persepolis.